All right, listen. So I'm gonna get into the real reason why I think that T.I. brought out the snitching allegations. For one, the people that are defending Boosie and say, "Hey, Boosie, you doing right and you doing this," and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why this shit is stupid. Because none of you go spend money on his actual physical albums or streams. Nothing. Like I think what his fans purchased 300 copies of his last album. So what momentum does he have going into this? Whether we like it or not, and I like Boosie music, but let's be honest, the last 5 years, Boosie music has been not good. He have speckles of songs there that you respect, but he hasn't evolved nowhere. On the other hand, then you have another hand, Ti came from a trap type of music and exceeded all kind of mainstream success. He's been to the highest level. He's consistently been going for years, and he uses the King of the South, that moniker, to keep, what I'm saying, that street persona about him. But at the same time, this man is intellectually smart. Like he's definitely smart. So he's made a lot of business moves. He made blunders here and there, doing along the way, some knucklehead stuff, some that he should have known better. But shit happens, and his album sales are easily. He's still easily gonna sell 50,000 copies. I don't care if that's below, but his music has gotten better over time. It has evolved into something of a storytelling mode. It's 10 times better. Some people say, "Oh, we want the old Ti back," and then if you do that, they're gonna say, "Oh, he ain't got nothing better. He can't change it up." So damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. But in Boosie's case, it never has changed. The best album he's had in the past 10 years was the joint album with Mo 3, and Mo 3 carried him on that. Let's be honest, Boosie, he had a couple here and there, but that style that he's trying or whatever, that style that Boosie rapping, it's not good. It's the same rap. Two to the head, three to the bed. It's the same style. You know what I'm saying? Mo 3 carried that album. So what momentum did he have? So I'm thinking I figured they got to make music and say, okay, it's a good idea. Let's both do this. So it's really gonna benefit Boosie because Boosie, you haven't done an album or joint album with nobody of that stature in your career. So you immediately gonna get a boost off of Ti. Period. Period. You know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing away from Boosie because I think he's a great hustler, but I think his street mentality, his street persona, and him trying to keep up with the streets that don't pay him a fucking dime. Yeah, you can go to these small clubs and make money and all this and that, but they're not gonna support you when you're trying to make a mainstream, when you're trying to change your life, your kid's life, and do longer things like that. They're not gonna be there. As you seen by your record sales, they're not gonna be there. And you keep holding on to that, bro. You don't have to sell out to evolve. You're a grown man. It's okay to evolve. It's at some point it's okay to be a role model. You don't have to. And if you don't want to be a role model, it's still okay to evolve. And I just think that him trying to keep that street mentality is blocking all his blessings. The man is a hell of a hustler. He's an entrepreneur. Water, movies, and him being so street is stepping in his own way. Because sometimes you have to invite other people in to do certain part of your businesses for you. That way, it is more of a professional crossover thing. Like you want people to support you, and you get mad when these famous rappers don't. But you have to give them something that's mainstream and crossover and that's worthy of doing it because they're putting their name behind it. Okay, so going back to what I'm saying, I think they made the music and started making the music, and Ti probably realized I'm light years ahead of this man. Like, there's really no purpose for me to do that. I think Ti was gonna do it because he was gonna use that momentum to drop his last album, Kill the King. But I think that he may have heard the music and seen the way it was going, and he might have thought more of Boosie than like musically than he's actually is. And Ti just like, oh, this is not a good connection. It's not working. It's not a good connection musically. Now our sons are cool and we cool, but musically he's just, what I'm looking for, he can't provide me. You know, T.I.'s done songs with Robin Thicke and, Rihanna, CeeLo Green, Andre 3000, all the people that are capable of making different music, and it sounds wonderful. Some sounds good. It's telling the story strict, and also Wayne, Jay Z, Kanye, and then you go down to Boosie, where it's almost every song is gonna be the same. Even if it's a heartfelt song, he's done it 1,000 times already. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna sound the same. You're gonna get the same Boosie. There's no evolvement, and I think that he felt like this was an awful idea. And instead of telling Boosie, he like, well, Ti is at a point in his life where he don't need the streets to survive. He made it. His investments, everything, he's made it. He's activist, and I think people give him too much gripe for speaking his mind, speaking up. But the man is in politics, and he's doing a great job, I think. And I think a lot of our people just want to find something to hate when you make it, which is why Boosie goes through so much for telling the truth a lot. But at the same time, the reason why Boosie gets a lot of that flack is because he tells the truth about other people's lives, but contradictorily lives a fucked up life itself, like in certain situations. And I think that's where his problem is, his contradictory problem is. Even though I do agree with him with the whole kid situation with D Wade, it's what you allowed your sons to go through as youth, what I'm saying, that you provided them, sexually, and then you had the nerve to speak. That's where the problem lies. But that's another story for another day. But anyway, so Ti just thinking this is not appealing. It's not gonna work for me. The worst thing could happen is I could drop this album with Lil Boosie and it's awful, and then that kills all the momentum for Kill the King. Or I can use this as a two-way sword. I'm out the game anyway. I really don't care what the streets think. Anything I do is I'm doing it for mainstream, or, a single here and there, or a feature here and there. My money is set, I'm solidified. So what I can do is throw a wrench in here. Instead of telling Boosie, look, you just, bro, it just sucks. You're not good. You're not on my level. I just throw a wrench in here and throw this snitching allegation out here or whatever. Y'all call it snitching, I call it improvising and a great chess move. You can't tell on a dead cousin. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Gangster Terrence Williams. He is not a snitch. The man told on dead people to get out of jail. What do y'all want people to do? Die and rot in jail? But y'all the same people say rehabilitation, this and that. They should be free, and then they get a get out of jail free card on a dead person, a person they cause no harm, they can't go to jail, and y'all complain about it. If you're hood and you're from the black community, it's a crab in a bucket mentality. Period. Period. They want you to fail. They want you to stay in a hole. Forget that. Do what you gotta do. You ain't going on no stand and say, "Hey, it was him. Lock him up." No, he's a dead man. Hey, that was his. It was his guns, free of charge. So whether he did that or not, that was a smart chess move. Or if he lied about it, I think it was a smart move as well, because now T.I. is a very smart man. And I think he knew Boosie had to stand on principles, because Boosie is stupid enough to let the people talk him into that. Talk him out of some money, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a different money level when you fooling with T.I., you know what I'm saying? And I think that Boosie, he fell exactly into the plan. Oh, now I can't do it. T.I. snitched about this and that. T.I. like, whew, I dodged the bullet. Because this album was trash, and it's gonna kill the momentum for mine. But now I got a two-way sword, and I win either way, because despite what people say, snitching, now they want to hear Kill the King, because it might be something on there that we talk about on here, and people have ideas that T.I. might be doing this type of thing. So they really want to, it's going to be anticipation for Kill the King now, because people really want to criticize his final album, and I think he's going to drop his best album ever. Since Trouble Man, I think he's gonna drop his best album, and it's gonna kill it all. Offspring's gonna be on, and you guess who's gonna be in the back, like Boosie. Still trying to figure out how did this man come up out the muck from this situation, and I'm left down here looking stupid again. Like, sometimes you can stand in your own way, and T.I. is a comedic now. You know what I'm saying? He's into that comedic background, so you really, and he's political. So he's all Ti looks like he's serious even when he tells a joke. So you don't know if he's being serious or telling a joke or filling you out because the man is on so many levels. And even if he was telling the truth, it is what it is. But I just think Boosie might have just jumped a little too fast, and it's because he's been putting his own ignorance in his way for so long. He had, oh, I gotta hold the street rules, Scouts honor. Oh, nigga, that is stupid. The streets don't love you, boy. You seen that when you went to prison, when you went broke. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Ti that might have helped you with an attorney or something like that, bro. The same dude you turning your back on, the streets didn't have your back. Even your own homeboy didn't have your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, G's and them people like that, you know, got it, them come to it. If your own homeboy didn't have your back, according to you. And this is what you hold the loyalty to? This is blocking your blessing. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's blocking your blessing. You could do so much with that water and all this and that. You built a beautiful home, estate, that was some smart business. I think you're making some smart business moves, but bro, you have to evolve. You have to get out that hood all the time, monetize. Don't say you have to leave it there because you could bring the morals and make it a business moral type of hood fit. I don't care how you do it, but you gotta evolve or you're gonna get sucked in the muck. Cause it only take one slip at the level that you at and it's over. You know what I'm saying? I think you're a great hustler, man. You should use that. But you have to break yourself from this crab in the bucket mentality. Yeah, you done your things and your snitch could have put you away, but if you consistently around a certain situation or certain type of situations, your name keep coming up, more than likely you're really involved in that situation. You just escaped it. You know what I'm saying? And bro, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? You out here. What's the use of still holding onto the streets? Ti, I think the smarter that man got and the more he showed that he was smart and wanted to do bigger things, the more the black community hated this man. Hated him. We hate people for the wrong reasons. It's mind-blowing to me. I think DJ Academics is on to something when he's speaking on how, you know, T.I. transitions from being a comic to political to his regular self. He does have a great point about that because his transition is exactly the same, which is why you really don't know. He has a mysterious laugh and you know, feel himself almost like a modern day Jack the Ripper. So you really don't know. And in that situation, like, what are you to do? But like I said, sometimes I think T.I. set this up perfectly. We're gonna see. I think it was a great assist. Nobody's talking about it as much as the so-called street people. I've seen hundreds of thousands of people saying, Boosie, yeah, you got morals and all this and that, but you only sold 300 copies. And it's not about the actual physical sales of copies. It was, where was these people when you was trying to turn a corner, or when your movie's not doing good? Where are these people at? None of these people exist. You know, they all run. I ain't got time for that. But as soon as there's some controversy, here they come. They come out of nowhere. Controversy sells, and you're always wrapped in it. Eventually, it will snag you. It will snag you, and that's both of them. But he plays the field differently. And Boosie, sooner or later, you're gonna learn or you're gonna drown in it. But it's all up to you. But I do think this is well choreographed by T.I. We'll see at the end. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Other than that, watch my snippets, get you a laugh, holler at your boy. But I did have to speak on this topic because I like both of them.